Hello, my name is Aaron Flurl. I'm going to be presenting to you my research on charter manufacturing. Before I start, I just want to leave you with a quick quote. The heritage of our family owned company is built on the principles of forward thinking, leadership, and respect for people. Now, this is kind of my prior knowledge of charter before I did research, and it's I don't know. That's all I've heard of it. I've had family, friends, as well as relatives kind of just really put a good image off about charter, and I've looking for internships. It's something I should probably know before I actually submitted an application. So I wanted to know the industry, the organization, as well as kind of look into the specific job I will be applying for before I actually put that submit. But starting with the industry, like I said, I only really knew the values. I didn't really know the industry. So charter manufacturing is actually an industry built around the steel and iron kind of works of things, and they are located in the United States. They have a handful of competitors, and the industry as a whole right now is kind of being hit with a setback because of the tax that Trump has actually put on imports and exports, affecting the steel and iron trade. So this does lower prices, but this industry has boomed in the last 20 years, and I think it's just a little thing they have to get over, and they're going to continue to boom, honestly. So another little thing that they have to deal with is the amount of emissions that they are producing. Nowadays, there are regulations, and states as well as countries and governments are kind of imposing, okay, you have to produce only this amount of emissions, and companies have to figure out, okay, how do we produce this high amount with this low amount of emissions? So it's becoming an environmental friendly way of doing production, and Charter's actually being recognized for that, which is really cool. They as well as that, is they're kind of treating their employees very well at the same time. Employees want to stay there and work. So by having environmentally friendly production as well as having employees wanting to work for you, kind of makes for a good set. As far as the organization goes, it was created in 1906. Their headquarters are still in Mequon, Wisconsin, and since then they've boomed. It's actually really cool. If you look on the company website, you can learn about all the history, and in the last 10 to 15 years, they actually have a timeline, and you could see, okay, they expanded here, they have all these different faucets here, they went to this country, then this new program was developed now. So it's really cool to actually see if you have time. But another important thing is the values. The company altogether values trust, teamwork, safety, and continuous improvement. And this is one reason why people stay and people want to stay, because the clients, the employees, the customers are all treated right. Like I said before, it's respect for people. And with a company basing their principles off this, it's key. And by having people stay around and having a good family kind of tie, and by having all these good morals happening within this company, it's providing a good set and a good workplace for people. So looking into the more specific job, it's a finance internship, and it's similar to most internships in Milwaukee. You need a 4-year degree, or like pursuing a 4-year degree in accounting or finance. Minimum GPA of a 2.75, as well as like knowledge of the verbal, nonverbal communication, knowledge of software, knowledge of teamwork, kind of all that. It's basic understandings of like what an internship is. You're learning just knowing how to really excel with the things that you're being trained throughout the training process. That's something I would actually ask during interview if I were to get one, would be, what does the training process look like? What qualifications would make me successful if I do get the position? As well as what did previous employees, what were their kind of qualities that made them successful? And asking these questions, I think I would be able to learn a little bit further than doing online research, kind of getting that face-to-face connection with somebody directly connected with the company. But altogether, the company is extremely successful. You can see they're killing it at the industry standpoint as well as the company standpoint. And they're keeping people there, as well as with having a good reputation, which is really important. And altogether, it's something I think being exposed to would be really beneficial. And I would love to kind of learn more by being in that workplace. Thank you, and that's my research on charter manufacturing.